Hello, Titi. How are you? Hello, my pastor Adedeji. Good evening. Happy Sunday to you. Good evening, Pastor Adedeji. That is Rich Bam Group. We will be having Rich Bam shortly on this program. So we're looking forward in 2021. That's one of our prayer points, to get the busy man in Rich Bam Group on Afropreneur in 2021. Good evening, sir. I hope church was good. Welcome. Good evening, all. Good evening. Wonderful time tonight. We'll try and make this very good. Qui sera. Okay, Software K. You're welcome. We're just waiting for others to join us. Sorry, I'd had to come up like 1 or 2 minutes behind time. It's getting to that busy Christmas season of the year. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. The topic tonight is 2021, the new norm and your business. 2021, the new norm and your business. 2021, the new norm and your business. That is what we will be talking about tonight. 2021, the new norm and your business. I hope you will probably have a pen, so we're just going to wait a few more minutes for 1 or 2 of our people to come on board. Maybe many people were waiting for me to send 5 minutes time or something like that. Maybe that is why we're not getting 1 or 2 people to join us now. So probably the system is telling them. But anyhow, we're going to start as soon as we can. Just trying to get some other people to join us. Welcome. So if there's anything we need to do, it's getting hot and all of that. So we're going to waiting. Thank you. Okay, we have one person join us. I guess we'll just start tonight. The topic once again tonight is 2021, the new norm and your business. 2021, the new norm and your business. So we will be talking about what the new norm is all about, and how does it affect your business. The first thing I'd like to say as we start, talking tonight is, number one, is that in 2021, we're trying to look at the new year. And the first thing I'd like to share with us tonight is that you must not exempt yourself. Don't exempt yourself from progress in the new year. Do not exempt yourself from progress in 2021. That is the first thing. I'll be mentioning maybe about 5, 6, 7 things about the new norm. What is so important about it? Do not exempt yourself from progress in the new year. Do not exempt yourself from. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is simply this: is that a lot of people at the end of the year are going to say something like, you know what, I didn't do well. Everybody has a reason. There's always a reason at times that people will just think that, I'm not making progress. It's, if I say, why didn't you do well this year? There'll be many people who have excuses. You understand what I'm saying? There'll be a few people who have an excuse why they've not done well, why things have not gone their way and all of that. But I'd like to share with us that, it is very important that we all know that the new norm especially means that we will probably get, you do not have any excuses, because a lot of people have their challenges. A lot of people will probably tell us some things. Welcome, Pastor Jumade. Welcome. We're just coming on live. We came up a bit late. I guess people are used to me warning them that we're going live 5 minutes time and all of that. And so maybe people are just not, but if people check their Instagram now, I think we should just tell people that, that we're already live. We're already live. So quickly, I'm getting back to the topic tonight. The new norm 2021. What does it mean for our businesses? The first thing is your belief. What is your belief? A lot of people, everybody has an excuse, that, oh, it could be the economy is bad, but I can tell you that, some people say it's my wife, some people say it's my husband, some people even say, oh, it's my staff, some people will say, oh, it's the bank, they are not giving money, some people will probably blame it on foreign exchange is poor and all of that. But really, the first thing you are going to do, the first thing you must put in place concerning the new norm is your belief. You need to address your belief. Do you believe that you can do something better? Do you believe that you do not have any excuse, that you're responsible for how 2021 will pan out for you? Because if you go into 2021 with this belief that you have an excuse, I mean, if you ask some people, why has this year not been good for you? They are probably going to have 1, 2, 3 reasons or excuses why this year has not really been that well for them. But the important thing concerning the new year for everyone listening is that it is very important that you believe that you can make it happen. It is that you believe that you can make progress. You must believe that, listen, there are opportunities every day. There are opportunities. We all really need to ask ourselves, where are those opportunities? We all really need to ask ourselves, what can I do? Please, if you're watching this, you can please share. You can share, share this, let your friends know that we're live on, tonight. Obviously, because I did not tell people 5 minutes, time and all of that. So the first way you can really prepare for the new year is to address your belief. 2021, the new norm. Listen, in the new norm, the people who are going to make it are people who believe it. People who believe that they can do something. Listen, you need to make 2021 count and worthwhile for yourself. You must believe that it is within your power. It all has to do with what you internalize. It all has to do with what you internalize. There's something that somebody called limiting belief. Limiting belief. And this is really a major problem, especially to a lot of us in Africa. We have limiting belief. Most of our businesses in Africa are small. Somebody was sharing a story with me today. A man started a business, I think, as far back as 1998. He started a small 1978. He started a small corner shop selling, retailing biscuits and all of that. And in that same year, 4 people came together to start ShopRite. Years down the line, ShopRite has a turnover of $114 billion. And here is a man who started the same type of business, but the 4 people who came together could think big, could go beyond. So the first thing you really need to address getting into the new year and getting into the new norm is that you must believe that the new norm is made for you, that you can do something, that you can build a big business in the new norm. The second thing I'd like to also tell us, in preparing the new norm is all about belief. Those who believe that it is their time, those who really believe that this is their opportunity. And I'm asking you a question tonight. Do you believe in opportunity? Do you believe that this new norm has presented an opportunity for your business? Please, if you cannot find any opportunity, if you're listening to me now, you cannot think about any opportunity, I think you should sit down and ask yourself, open your eyes. Open your eyes. The new norm, the people who are going to make it in the new norm are the people who believe that there is an opportunity for them. The second thing is this. The new norm is the data. Many of us really know that is the data age. It's all about data now. It's not about pencils and biros. Organizations who can swiftly leverage on technology. In the new norm, you must be able to leverage on technology. So you need to ask yourself in your business, how can I leverage on technology? What can I do? There are still some businesses who are preparing for the new norm and they're not really preparing. They're not really thinking technology. Technology is changing every day. How many of us believe now that Google is entering, Google is entering into they're entering into what we call marketing now. We have the Amazon and all of that. Facebook is entering into e-commerce. Instagram is entering into e-commerce. There's a whole lot of technology offering. And one of the things, especially if I'm speaking to Africans, is that we're behind. We are behind. Instagram wants to allow people to start selling on their platform. Facebook has already started that. They are building communities. So businesses that will do well in the new norm are businesses that can swiftly leverage on technology, that can swiftly leverage on data. Let me give you an example of how you can leverage on data. In those days, especially for some countries, and I mean for some, let's look at the Uber business. Let's look at Uber, for example. Taxis drivers park in special locations waiting for clients to come to them. But guess what? Uber knows when a program is going on in, I live in Lagos, let me say in the Muson Center. So it's already reading that there's a lot of drops off at Muson Center. And as soon as they start getting requests from there, do you know what Uber is saying? Uber is trying to direct drivers to Muson Center. But the old person, the old taxi driver is still, parked at his taxi stand, waiting for people to come to him. So businesses that will do well in the new norm are businesses that can swiftly leverage on technological innovations for their businesses. Very important. You must be able to quickly leverage. Don't wait behind. Don't wait behind. The third thing I want to tell us, and this is specifically for Africans, the third thing in the new norm is this: globalization. You are saying, sir, why are you talking about globalization now? We already know that globalization has been there. No, sir. In Africa, look at globalization in the context of India. If you go to the UK, if you go to most European countries, and even America, you see a lot of the Indian food already on their plate, already in their supermarkets. It is happening in Africa, but it is still not happening it's still not happening at a substantial rate. There's still a whole lot of gap in that market. Someone was saying today, I was listening to I was watching a dragon show about a young Nigerian lady who is actually, what this lady is actually doing today is selling the same fried plantain. The same fried plantain that we are buying on the roadside in Lagos State, where I live in Nigeria. The same fried plantain she's exporting to England, well packaged, well branded, and all of that. And listen, for the first time, watching the dragon show, I saw more than 5 dragons competing to get into. All of them wanted to get into that business. All of them. And what is she doing? She's simply exporting what we can find all over the streets of Lagos, what we can find probably all over the street of any major city in Nigeria. So it is very, very important for us that in the new norm, globalization, Africans, listen, we are here to export what we have to offer. We need to take under the new norm, globalization is going to play a major role. Whatever you are doing, you must think globally. The Americans, are always thinking globally. They are thinking globally. If you speak with an American, this is something I've said a few times. Wrestling match. And, America is calling their own local wrestling match, they are calling it the World Series. They are using names. They are expanding. Listen, in the new norm, for anyone who needs to survive, you must think globally. Whatever is your product and all of that, it is very important that globalization will play a much more bigger and better role. You understand what I'm saying? Alibaba, they are penetrating, they are coming into Africa, they are coming all over the world. So it's going to be for businesses that can. So new norm is globalization. Globalization is going to increase. The third thing I would like to say is this: you must have to also, the fourth thing under the new norm is that you must be able to get closer to your customers. You must be able to get closer to your customers, either digitally. You must be agile and proactive to maximize value. So for companies and organizations that will do well in the new norm are companies who know how to get closer to their customers, who knows how to get closer and relate well and more with their customers. This is very important in the new norm. It is very, very important in the new norm. It is very, very important. The new norm, you must be able to get closer to your customers. Because why did I say that? A lot of people are competing for those same customers. If you're not reaching your customers digitally, other companies are reaching out for your customers. If you're not able, listen, businesses in America, I get emails from Alibaba.com. Businesses in China, they are trying to get to your customer. Businesses in Turkey, they are trying to reach out to you. So if you're not getting closer to your customer, other people will get to your customers before you. So it is very important that in the new norm, you must ask yourself, how do I get closer to my customers? And remember, my second point is that digitally you must be able, you have to be agile digitally. You must swiftly leverage on businesses on how to get, you must swiftly leverage on technology on how to get closer to your customers. The fourth point I believe that I would like to make is what I call the expression of identity management. Listen, in this day, you have to identify, you have to look into your businesses, because in the new norm, some people are working from home in the new norm. So your business must be very flexible. You have to look at flexibility in your business. Your business must be very flexible, because these days people want more. Employees probably want more. Your employees probably want more. Your customers probably want more. They want to be hard. They want to. So really, flexibility in the business, flexibility in two areas. Number one, how swiftly do you respond to your customers? How swiftly do you respond to them? Does it take you time? Do you tell them that you get back to them and all of that, and you never get back to them? Because in the new norm, it is very important that you respond swiftly. Flexibility. How about your workers? There are actually some positions in your office that there are some positions that you do not need a full-time staff to do. You do not need a full-time staff to man those positions. People can work remotely, especially we're talking about technology. Technology is probably what somebody can do from anywhere. So what someone can do from anywhere. Let me give you an example. In my business, I used to have in-house. I used to have a social media, a digital marketer in-house. I used to have a web developer in-house. But now it's no longer that. So allow them, give them some flexibility and all of that. Because some positions, they want more. They know that they're mobile, especially the digital or the technological, tools that we need and all of that. So you need to really look at your business and, impute flexibility into your operations. But look at it, there are some operations that really you need someone. There are some operations you need someone. For example, if you're in the hospitality business, you need someone in the hospitality business. Someone must be there. Somebody must be there to welcome the customers. Someone must be there to maybe take the customers' luggages and all of that. You can say, in abroad. In fact, there are some industries, overseas, especially if you talk about Airbnb. You don't even see anyone. They tell you, once you book a room, they tell you where you're going to pick up the keys. They'll tell you this is where you're going to pick up the keys. When you are done, put those keys back and all of that. You don't even see anyone. But I'm just saying that you need to sit down and look at your businesses, where you need to do away with manpower, where you need to do away with physical presence in a particular location, you must quickly adapt. Because if you do not do away with those things, if you do not give some of your employees the flexibility they want, guess what? Somebody else will take them. Somebody else will take them from you. And so you do not need to, to do that. Let me quickly run over some of the points because we're gradually closing. Number one, I said the first thing you need to do to prepare for the new norm is belief. You need to check. Is your belief limited? Is your belief limited? You must believe it, because if you do not believe it, there are people, every time there's a result, there are a lot of people who have an excuse for, why I didn't do well. It is my husband, it is my wife, it is my children, it is the work, it is foreign exchange, it is because of the leadership, it is because of Buhari, it is because of the government, so there are a lot of things. Those are limiting beliefs. And in Africa, we have a lot of things that limit our belief. If we have a lot. If you tell somebody now, for example, that how can you distribute? We work with some European countries. There are some factories manufacturing 1,000 beds per day. 1,000. Can you imagine that? 1,000 beds per day. There are some. You understand what I mean? So if you tell an African and you ask that African, can you make 1,000 beds per day for my market? You understand what I mean? The first thing is, how do I make them? How do I distribute them? These are limiting beliefs. In the new norm, it's not for people who have limited beliefs. The new norm is for people who can really engage. It's for people who can do well. It's for people who believe that the new norm can make progress for their life. The new norm. So it's very important that preparing for the new norm, you must, how big is your belief? Is it small? Are you willing to take the risk? You understand what I'm saying? Are you willing, whatever is not worthwhile, whatever you cannot take risk for is not worthwhile. Whatever you cannot take risk for is not worthwhile. So that's the first thing. The second thing I said is what I call data. Second preparation under the new norm is data. It is for companies who can swiftly leverage on technological innovation for your business. Are you that? Is your business leveraging on that? Very important. The third point I say is a word that we have all had regularly, severally. It's called globalization. Globalization. This is the time that Africans, we can take our food. I lived in England for a period, and I can tell you that the English, they love curry. They love it. That's something from India. They love their rice curry. They love and all of that. It is time also that some African countries are leveraging on that. Some African countries are engaging people on that. They are actually doing something. They are exporting those things. I shared with us that there was a video I watched on WhatsApp today of a young lady, Nigerian lady, selling fried plantain in England, but packaged differently. Packaged to meet the European palate. I'm talking about taste palate. You understand? There is a way the European, their palate is formed to appreciate food. You understand what I'm saying? For us in Africa, our palate loves spice. Once a food does not have enough spice, it is not attractive to our palate. Our palate is inclined towards spicy food. You understand what I'm saying? So she's done some of those Nigerian food, something that you will see on every street corner in Nigeria. She's selling it, packaged properly, and guess what? For the first time, watching the dragon show, I saw all the 5 dragons competing to buy into our business. So this is the time that things are going to become more global. Things are going to become more global. In fact, there's a trade pact that Nigeria has signed. For example, I'm talking about Africa. The African Union, they're trying to make the African Union a very big market. They are trying to make the African Union a very big. So someone from, they are trying to make the whole African Union borderless. So someone from Sierra Leone can bring something to Nigeria and sell without customs and all of that. Anyway, it's been signed, but we have not seen the reality of it happen. So globalization is what I call the third thing. The fourth thing I said is that you must be able to get closer to your customers digitally. You need to be agile. You need to be proactive, to maximize value and all of that. You need to get closer to your, guess what? People are marketing you from all over the world. People are marketing you from Fiji Island and all of that. So that customer you think is your own, somebody is talking to your customer maybe from United Kingdom. So you need to check that. You need to get closer, use technology to get closer to your customers and all of that. And I mentioned the fourth point now I said is identity management, flexibility. You need to be flexible in engagement. You need to look at your staff. Most offices, in fact, I think, is it Google? Google mentioned something about that in the new norm, they are already reducing 30% of their staff capacity. So most of their locations are going to have 30% less staff. So you need to look at that. How does that apply to your business? Is it everybody you need to be coming to resuming work in the morning? Ask yourself that question. Is it everybody you want to resume work? You want them to come and sign in and all of that? Gone are the days of clocking cards. So you need to start thinking in that line. Forget the days that people have to clock in and clock out. Forget about the days that people have to sign in and sign out. You understand what I'm saying? So you need to look at your businesses. What part of your businesses does not require that? Some areas will require that. So I work in the real sector. I work in retail. And in retail, somebody must open the shop. There needs to be a sales assistant that is present there all the time. In hospitality, you need someone to welcome and all of that. So you need to ask, you need to look at your business in the new norm. Does everybody need to come in and sign in the morning? So if you don't need to come and sign in the morning, look for other ways to control them, look at their deliverables, and then let them work remotely. And when they are working remotely, in fact, Jobberman, for those of us who do not know, Jobberman has created a flexible working environment now. Don't say I'm advertising them, but that is innovation. That is one of the things I'm talking about, the new norm. What Jobberman has created is that, for example, if a position of an, let me say, company secretary, a company secretary salary is 200,000 naira. I'm just using that. Or let me speak in dollars for our international audience. For example, if the the salary, the monthly pay of a secretary or let me say your company administrator is $1,000. So John Mama says that, listen, instead of a company looking for $1,000 for this guy to work for them, this guy can work for 4 companies. And the 4 companies contribute the money. So he goes to company A, the company A pays him $250. The second company pays him $250. So this is what some of the things I'm talking about, the new norm. Jobber man is already thinking ahead. So they're already thinking ahead to the new norm. So here we are talking about the new norm. So these are ways that you need to start preparing your organization for the new norm. I mentioned flexibility. Everybody does not need to come in and sign it. You can have some staff, pay as you go staff. You can do that. You understand? And that saves you money. And companies who are flexible to take up on some of those challenges, they are moving very fast. Last but not least, let me give us one more or two more. Someone mentioned, is that you need to also look at how goods are getting delivered. The new norm has made us, understand that they are quite, people are not traveling as frequent as possible. People are not traveling as frequent as possible. So, and that is one of the things we realize now, is that there are a lot of logistic companies. In fact, I live in Lagos, Nigeria, and I can tell you that the delivery motorbikes are much more than even the days when you on the roads now. You go on the roads in Lagos, you see so many delivery motorbikes. So this is telling you that logistic is playing a role. So you need to factor in logistic. You need to understand logistic regarding your businesses. There was a time that planes were not flying. There was a time, even the ports now, a lot more cargoes are being shipped and all of that. Because why? People are not traveling as they used to. Let me give us one more, and I call this the $1 million question. I'll probably be talking about this because this has got to do with the way African thinks, the way African. Somebody said that the economy of Florida is bigger than even the economy of the whole of one of the richest countries in Africa. So we need to look at the $1 million question. I'm going to close because I'm not going to say anything so much on this, because I believe that we will say a little bit more next week Sunday. And what am I saying as I close is this: are you thinking in the $1 million question? Are you asking yourself, this is the last point, in the new norm, are you asking yourself the $1 million question? There's this, I don't want to call it a myth, but there is this saying: your first million is the most difficult one. In the new norm, are you pursuing a revenue target of $1 million? Are you pursuing that revenue target of $1 million? Can your business make that amount of money? Can it make that amount of money for you in that year? It's $1 million question. And I'm ending this by challenging every entrepreneur. Go and sit down. I live in Lagos, Nigeria. $1 million in Lagos, Nigeria today, in our naira, in Nigeria naira, is about 400 and let me say 60 million, or for 460 million naira. That is what $1 million is. So can your company, can your organization make 460 million naira? Divide that by 12. What do you get? What do you get? If you look at, that's probably roughly about $40 million per month. Can you make that? Can you generate that in revenue? Are you asking yourself? Because if you're not asking yourself the $1 million question, I don't think you are really prepared for the new norm. You must be able to ask yourself the $1 million question. You must ask yourself, as we cross into the new norm, you must ask yourself that in the year 2021, I am asking myself the $1 million question. How do I generate a revenue? Because guess what? The sooner you make your first million, the rest is easy. Like they say, the toughest million to make is the first million. Once you make that, once you make your first million, somebody say, okay, so I'm reading this and said revenue target of $1 million. That can be that's what you need. I'm just helping somebody's belief system. Can you make $40 million a month? Can you generate that? It is the $1 million question. And that is one of the ways that you need to prepare yourself for the new norm. Thank you very much. If there's any question, I can take it as we wrap up, but I will, let me just run through all our points. I think I made about 5 points tonight. The first point is that do not expect your belief system. Get it right. I started with the belief system. I'm also ending with the belief question. Belief system, what is your belief? Do you believe that you can make progress in the new norm? Do you believe the new norm is for you? That's the number 1 point. Number 2 point is data. Data is your company leveraging? Is it leveraging on technology? Is your company leveraging on technology innovations for your business? You need to ask that. That is the new norm. The new norm is for companies who are leveraging on technology for their business. The third one I mentioned, I said globalization. What can you export? What can you do? You must play in the global space. You must think worldwide. You must not think locally most of the time. Think worldwide. Think globally. Thinking globally today does not mean that I start exporting globally, but it expands my thinking. Then he asks me, what steps do I take? You understand what I'm saying? That's the third point. The fourth point I mentioned to us is that you must be agile in getting closer to your customers. You must be agile in getting closer to your customers. Getting closer. You must be, what can you do? You understand what I'm saying? Get closer to your customers because everybody is trying to reach your customer. The fourth point I said to us is that your company has to be flexible in adapting to the new change and all of that. Everybody does not need to come in and sign on. Everybody, you have to look at those parts of your businesses so that you can reduce your operating costs and then make more profit for your organization. And then the fifth thing I said is that your supply chain, you need to look at your supply chain. How do you, the logistic companies and all of that, and then the sixth and final point I mentioned to us, very, very important, is that are you asking yourself the $1 million question? Are you asking yourself? Is there any question? Somebody said, thank you, Pastor. Should look at the points enumerated for 2021. Thank you so much, Pastor. My Pastor Jumade, thank you so much. Any contribution as we wrap up tonight? God bless you. My name is Kenji Olabi. If you know, please just high five me. Let me just know that you're there and that you're listening loud and clear. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's a wonderful time. I wish you all the best. Next week Sunday is going to be our final slot for the year. Guess what? It's going to be the last Sunday in the year 2020. Last Sunday in the year 2020. You've made it through this year. You've made it through the coronavirus. You've made it through most of those things. And because you've made it, I'm looking forward that some of you will leave this platform tonight asking yourself the $1 million question. How can you generate $40 million in revenue every month? That is a start. God bless you. God keep you. And may his face shine upon you in the name of Jesus Christ. God will keep you. Have a profitable week. And right now, I've started saying it, have a profitable year ahead. And next week Sunday, I'll be talking more on the $1 million question. How can I make $1 million? There are systems you can use. There are questions you need to ask yourself. I want to cross that $1 million bar. And you will do that. God bless you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.